Ryne Sandberg, the ultimate Cub, a legacy of grace, dignity, and selflessness. Column. The legacy of Ryne Sandberg, a model of grace and dignity for athletes everywhere. Milwaukee. Following the ceremony unveiling his statue last year, the legendary Chicago Cubs player Ryne Sandberg opened up about his battle with cancer. "I've come to understand the importance of the people in my life, from family and friends to neighbors, teammates, and Cubs fans," he reflected. "It's all about the connections I've built, and there are many. Seeing everyone here today really highlights how special those relationships are." The news of Sandberg's passing at the age of 65 brought profound sorrow to those who knew him intimately, as well as to countless others whose lives he influenced simply by being his authentic self. He was a person who genuinely relished being around others and sharing his love for baseball. Even during spring training in February, after experiencing a relapse of his illness, he masked his suffering and focused on supporting the Cubs players in any way he could. Nico Horner, a current Cubs player, expressed his admiration after Monday's game, stating, "He was the epitome of what it means to be a remarkable Cub, exemplifying grace throughout his career and in all his accomplishments. His selflessness was evident. It was never about him. He had a true passion for baseball, which was especially clear this spring." Sandberg's commitment extended beyond just helping the Cubs. He was also deeply appreciative of his fans, recognizing the significance of even a brief acknowledgement to them. Athletes have the potential to forge meaningful connections with their fans, although this can be challenging in today's world where everyone seems to want a piece of them. It's often difficult to discern whether autograph seekers are motivated by genuine admiration or by the prospect of reselling memorabilia for profit. However, the bond between an athlete and a fan can be transformative. A simple word of encouragement or a small act of kindness can leave a lasting impact. At a recent Hall of Fame induction ceremony in Cooperstown, New York, Willa White, the widow of Dick Allen, recounted a touching story about a young boy who waited for Allen's autograph after a game. Instead of an autograph, yet both men were able to witness the love and appreciation their fans had for them, with Allen's number being retired by the Philadelphia Phillies shortly before his death and Sandberg receiving his statue at Wrigley Field in 2024. On the day of the statue dedication, Cubs players emerged from the clubhouse to pay tribute to the legend who once called Wrigley Field home. "It was a wonderful surprise to see the current team come out," Sandberg remarked afterward. "When I returned as an ambassador in July 2015, I noticed that the respect for the game shown by the core group had been passed down to this new group, honoring all the players who came before them. Seeing them here today was incredibly touching." Some players maintained a close relationship with Sandberg, allowing for ongoing communication. Ian Happ shared after Monday's game how Sandberg had offered him advice during a challenging start to his career, recalling in April when he struggled with an 0-for-31 record. "During tough times, I would reach out to him," Happ said. "I remember one April when I was really struggling, and he shared his own career numbers for that month, explaining how he always managed to overcome it. Those little insights were invaluable. As a young second baseman at 21 during spring training, having him offer guidance and support meant the world to me. He genuinely loved being around the game." Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame second baseman Ryne Sandberg waves before throwing out a ceremonial first pitch for the Cubs' home opener against the San Diego Padres at Wrigley Field on April 4, 2025. Chris Sweda, Chicago Tribune. Matthew Boyd, who met Sandberg for the first time this spring, remarked, "He treated me as if I had been wearing a Cubs uniform my entire life. That speaks volumes about his role as an ambassador for the game of baseball." During his playing days, Sandberg recalled how the old clubhouse was small and intimate, fostering conversations about baseball and life. "We didn't have all the distractions that exist today," Sandberg noted. "There were no iPhones, iPads, or numerous TVs. Our locker room was compact, And sometimes we would play cards to pass the time. We had hours before games to relax and keep the atmosphere light. It was all about enjoying the game. Spending 6 months together, plus 2 months of spring training, is a long time, and I always believed in having fun while playing. With limited places to escape the media, and mostly day games attracting a lot of reporters, Sandberg played alongside some of the most talkative players, like Mark Grace and Sammy Sosa. He was often seen as the quieter cub, not one to provide sensational sound bites for television or controversial quotes for print media. However, if he trusted a reporter and believed they were seeking genuine information rather than sensational headlines, he would engage openly and answer every question. He was one of the most honest athletes you could ever meet, both on and off the field, said Barry Rosner, a former writer for the Daily Herald who became a close friend of Sandberg. He played the game with utmost respect for his teammates, opponents, and the sport itself. He never cheated the game or the fans. After games, he did his best to accommodate the media, even if he wasn't entirely comfortable in front of cameras and microphones. Some may have found him dull, but I believe those people never took the time to truly know him. Many athletes go through their careers without anyone truly understanding them, often by choice. Sandberg preferred to let his performance on the field speak for itself, while others sought the nearest camera for attention. He was not one to seek the spotlight, but he earned it through his dedication to the game. It will take time for Cubs Nation to fully grasp the significance of Sandberg's life and why he resonated so deeply with so many, simply by being himself.